Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out on August 10th, 2018. They are finding two cases of swine flu that's linked to a Michigan fair. All right. When I was growing up, we used to always go to the state fair here in New Jersey. And, they serve a lot of pork at these fairs. And people were even getting sick then. But you don't think about these things until you get older. Now, I never told any of you this. I did mention to you that my grandfather was a sharecropper on my father's side. Both of them actually was on my mom and my dad's side. But on my father's side, one of the things he did as a sharecropper was raise pigs. And my grandfather would he had complete control over these pigs and the livestock as a sharecropper. And I remember when I was growing up, I learned everything about these pigs. All you need is one male pig. They called that one male pig the boss pig, because he was dominant over all of the other pigs. If you had other male pigs, those pigs were castrated because you only needed one male pig to mate with all of the females. And then the rest of them would be females. One year when I was down south with him, he had quarantined off these two pigs, and the other pigs were in a whole different pen. These two pigs, you could clearly tell something was wrong with them. They shook bad. What they had looked just like, this is the best way I can describe it. It was like mad cow disease. That's how I would describe it. Pigs also have a form of that disease. I think it was called like a Crohn's disease or something like that. It's been a long time. But they shake real bad, and they're called downer pigs. They don't get up and do anything. One did get up and walk, and it shook real bad. And the other one that was shaking, it just laid down all day. It wouldn't even get up and walk. But something was clearly wrong with these pigs. You could look at them. He had an inspector come out to look at these pigs. And the inspector told him to take these pigs out in the woods, shoot them both in the back of the head, and dig two really deep holes, as deep as he could get it out in the woods, and put the pigs in there. What they had, according to my grandfather, was so contagious, it could have wiped out even the other pigs. That's how contagious it was. So that's what he did. He and a couple of other men got together, and they took these pigs out in the forest, and they shot them both in the back of the head and buried them real deep in two holes. Ladies and gentlemen, that should be a clear indicator right there. We should not be eating pork. And when you look at Leviticus in the Bible, these animals are not even considered food. They had a purpose on this planet, and their purpose was to keep the planet clean. That's what your pig did. And in fact, if you look at the biblical text, when trash piled up too much, they would just bring in a whole bunch of pigs, and the pigs would go around in towns and just eat up the trash. That's what they were for. They were never intended to be food. This Gentile is the one that came along and made food out of them. But they were never supposed to be devoured as food. He made certain creatures to be the scavengers to keep everything clean. Just like in your ocean, We eat catfish. You're not supposed to eat catfish. Catfish has no scales. That fish is a scavenger. It's supposed to keep the ocean clean. It's supposed to keep bodies of water clean. There are certain animals that do that. And when you eat them, you're disrupting the ecosystem. And now you're not allowing this animal to do what it was intended to do on this planet. We got to face the fact these Gentiles will eat anything. That's why they got the name Edom. They got the name Edom because people said they would eat damn near anything. That's why they got that name. But we're not supposed to eat anything. We were supposed to eat a certain diet that was set by us, by the Most High. And this is why we keep suffering from all kinds of diseases every time you eat swine. Diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, because this stuff is toxic to our bodies. And unfortunately, our people are so conditioned into eating this stuff. And it goes all the way back to chattel slavery. Your slave master, this is the garbage he would give our people to eat. A lot of times swine was the only thing they were getting. See, there's a reason why our people were eating chitlins and ribs and stuff like that, because that's what your slave master gave you to eat. And we done passed all of that stuff, bacon, all that stuff was passed down through the generation. See, he would keep certain parts of the pig, and then whatever parts he wouldn't eat, he would give to the slaves. And we got conditioned into eating all that stuff. That's why even when I was growing up in Philly, you could always walk past somebody's house that was cooking chitlins. Or, or we were in the backyard with the barbecue ribs and all that stuff and the pork hot dogs. And, we were never supposed to eat that stuff. And until we realize we're not supposed to eat it, you're going to keep suffering from the disease, all of the diseases that come directly from pork. So here's an article, 2 cases of rare swine disease that comes from your pig. It doesn't come from anywhere else. 2 cases of rare swine flu have been linked to attendance at a Fowlerville Family Fair in late July. And this is usually when they have the state and county fairs in every state. Okay, so Friday, health leaders confirm H1N2 influenza strain was the variant found in the ill people, and said the strain is similar to viruses currently circulating in swine. All right. And these cases, ladies and gentlemen, crop up every single year. Every single year. And again, that should be a clear indicator you should not be eating swine. This stuff is deadly to our people. But I will leave the link to this article in the description box. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times, and in some cases, many of these pigs also become contaminated when they are slaughtered. And there's one more thing I want to tell y'all. When pigs are fed, they give them what's called slop. It is just all kinds of things, because a pig will literally eat anything. And that is another reason why you shouldn't eat it, because it eats anything. I would watch them give pig slop, okay? And in the slop, it would be rats, all kinds of rodents. I mean, everything gets in the slop. Everything tries to feed off of the slop. It's not just the pigs. And, if there's mice or rats out there, they try to get in there and eat it too. And snakes get in it. They will get in the slop. And pigs will literally walk up to the slop and eat everything in there. They'll eat the rats, they'll eat the mice, they'll eat the snake, or anything else that gets in the slop. They devour everything. It don't matter to them. They eat everything. You know, there's a reason why the Most High tells us to just eat the animals that chew the cud and have the split hooves. There's a reason for that. Those animals are considered clean. They are eating and just getting their nourishment directly from the grass and the earth, where these animals eat anything in their path. And yeah, you should be concerned about eating an animal that just eats any goddamn thing. And that's what pigs do. But I used to watch them do that. It was really disgusting. But they would just get their faces down in that slop, and any other animal that's in the slop got devoured. They would just keep right on eating. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.